So this is my wild front lawn. It's the 1st of May, and I was just beginning to open up this compost heap, because underneath here, and you can see the blue bucket, just the top of it, this is where I put my red wriggler worms and made an attempt to overwinter them. So it's partly buried, and then it was covered by a ton of compost. I put in a bunch of vegetable matter for them to eat during the winter, and I'm kind of hoping that the heat from the compost kept them alive. And what I noticed is just removing a shovelful or two of this, first of all, the thing is just loaded with creatures, all kinds of worms and what we used to call wood bugs as kids. I'm not sure, potato bugs, wood bugs, and all kinds of little creatures. So I'm going to continue to get in here and see what's in the bin, although I think I've already identified red wrigglers in the top portion, so they seem to have maybe migrated up into the top, which would make sense because that's where I've been dumping compost for basically all winter long. Okay, so I will pause this and remove some more and see what's in there. Okay, so I'm down to the bucket, and I have seen some worms. I guess I'd put in like some fairly dense, kind of almost like grass or dead grass. So there was some large mats that kind of maybe prevented some of the worms from getting into the upper regions, although I definitely have seen worms in the top section. So I don't know if those are more like native worms, though they look to me to be about the size of the red wrigglers. So I'll pull this out and see what's in there. Okay, there's the hole it came out of. Looks like you could put a body in there. And here is the bin. So let me start removing stuff and seeing what's in there. Okay, so I just backfilled this with the top part of the compost heap. It's now fairly flat, and I've got my bucket over here. I'll empty it out and see what I got.